Hey guys, what's up? This is Rulk here, ready to smash some more stuff. Today we're going to do a feature on the hood. Why we're going to do a feature on the hood? This guy right here, he is a pain in the butt for a lot of people. And I feel like he shouldn't be. I get a lot of people ask me, how is it you make Hood look like he's a chump and you can just absolutely destroy him? I mean, I've taken this guy down with a fraction of health on some champs. I mean, as long as I've got, you know, 600 health left on a character. It doesn't really matter what they are. Yeah, Hood's gonna die. He's not gonna make it because I've got him figured out. Low battery, sorry. I know how his animations and specials and stuff work. Okay, and I can keep him in that L1 range and bait it consistently, and then just go pummel on him. All right, and so that's what I'm gonna hopefully you guys understand and make this guy not so difficult. So let's get him out of here. There we go. And let's take a look at Hood here. Under the hood of the hood. See what I did there? Yeah, that's good. That's like Spider-Man level pun right there. Maybe not, but it's fun. Anyways, so Hood. Okay. Long story short, what you need to know about Hood is that he has the ability to go invisible. And when he's invisible, you don't want to fight him. Okay? Don't fight him when he's invisible. That's my recommendation. You can do whatever the hell you want, but you read these abilities, I don't really see the point. Okay, if he dashes back and holds block, this is a similar mechanic to like who else has this? Nightcrawler with a switch between to swashbuckling thing, where he dashes back and he holds block, and if you go start hitting him, that timer holds, and then once it goes around, he switches. Same mechanic. And then like Falcon does the same thing with his lock on thing. There's a few other ones, but it's basically that. So he dashes back, holds block for 1.5 seconds, and he turns invisible. Okay, you can still kind of see him on the screen. He's kind of translucent. So what does this do? So he's invisible for 8 seconds. So while invisible, incoming attacks have 45% chance to miss. Non-contact attacks have double this chance. So that means any projectiles, 90% chance they're going to miss. Any melee attacks, any contact attacks, 45%, almost 50% chance that it's going to miss. And that's just going to be a whiff. Like he's not going to evade it and dash back and you're going to have a space gap where you can recover. No, you're going to be mid-swing standing straight in front of him and he's going to start beating on you. Okay? You don't want to attack him while he's invisible. It's going to hurt. Why is it going to hurt? Because you look at the next part here. While invisible, the Hood gains 578 increased critical damage rating, and his attacks ignore 75% armor and block proficiency. So even if you're blocking, you're going to be taking a lot of damage while he's invisible. Just stay away from him. If he goes invisible, which I'm hopefully going to help you avoid that so it just never ever happens at all. But if it does happen, you want to just evade the crap out of him. Don't touch him. If you can stun him, parry him, and just evade back and leave him alone and wait it out. Okay, just wait out the 8 seconds. But be aware that if he's awakened, let's look at his signature ability up here. With some help from Dormammu, blah 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 blah. While his invisibility is in cooldown, that means after the 8 seconds has elapsed and he's no longer invisible, he has a cooldown thing where he can't trigger invisibility like immediately again. So during that cooldown timer, the Hood becomes stun immune if he hasn't already, and his basic attacks have 54% chance to steal 10% of the opponent's power. So if he hits you 5 times, that's possibly as much as 50% of your power meter is gone to him. You don't want that, okay? So and you're going to be in that weird spot where he's going to be stun immune, and that's going to make it a little tricky. So the point is to really avoid the invisibility altogether. And this is, I mean, you can, like I said, you can just evade it and you can wait it out, and then you can wait out the cooldown timer so you can stun him again. But when you're playing this guy in Alliance Quest, and he's all over the place in Alliance Quest in Season 4 right now. He's in every section of Map 5, I know that for sure, and he's the right mini boss right before Dormammu on the end of Map 5 in the last section, and he has Has like a power gain boost there too. So he's everywhere. You got to deal with him. But the problem is in Alliance Quest you have, what is it, 2.5 minute timer to fight him. So you don't want to be wasting 8 seconds of invisibility, and then however long the cooldown thing is. You don't want to be wasting that time because it's already going to be a bit with this baiting and evading special one. You don't want to be wasting time dealing with his invisibility. Okay, and it's just not a good scenario. So the next thing I want to talk about, you can read up on this if you want more information, but his heavy attack is, I feel it's pretty easy to see it coming and evade it, even if it's in a very aggressive AI, meaning it's a high level champ, and they're going to be in your face and they're going to be attacking you like crazy. Um, but that's kind of easy. He telegraphs it a lot. It's easy to, he kind of hunches down and shoots lightning out the side of him. I feel it's really easy to evade, and it's a good opportunity to come in and hit him, especially if he's on a stun immune. That's a good time to get him after that heavy attack. We gotta wait out the lightning. Don't dash into the lightning. Why? We're gonna talk about that. So special one. That's really where we're gonna be kind of messing with this guy. Okay, you really want to keep him in that special one zone. So you want to manage that power meter, um, and you want to not have him go beyond that. Okay, special one is really where you need to be fighting him. So special one, okay, shocks the opponent, dealing 2,557 energy damage over 7.5 seconds. That's a lot of damage, guys. I mean, you can probably survive it, but I mean, if this guy's on a node in Alliance Quest or if he's on a node in Alliance War Map, he's probably got some amount of boost of attack and damage, and so this is gonna go up. So you don't want to get hit with this stuff. It's gonna suck. So evading this special, understanding what the animation looks like, and knowing how far you have to get back to outrange it is going to be really key. And then if you get hit with that shock, when it expires, the opponent is stunned. Is stunned. I mean, not like there's a chance. Like is stunned, meaning 100%, for 75.75 seconds. This effect cannot be interrupted or cannot interrupt special attacks. Whatever. You're stunned. Okay. So you're gonna lose a crap ton of health, and then you're going to be stunned at the end, and he's going to just wail on you, and you're done. Okay, so you have to evade this, and it's not hard. Okay, it's not hard to evade this L1 at all, and it's not difficult to bait it. As you'll see when I get to the gameplay here, so basically the kind of the range where you need to evade is going to be, he's kind of a mid to far level evade. And by that I mean there's kind of like different levels of evades, and I'm going to talk about this in like every featured champ I do and how to fight them. With Hood, you you can kind of be standing at like a medium distance to like far back away from him on the screen, and he'll trigger this. That'll kind of be the range that he wants to trigger this while your block is down. Okay, he will also trigger it when you're right in his face too. I just find it more consistent when you're at a mid to long distance range. He's going to be the most consistent to trigger that, and we'll get into that. So that's kind of the idea. But the one you really want to avoid is special two. Don't build him up to special two. So be aware if you're fighting somebody like this one I'm going to fight here. I believe has Mystic Dispersion on. So if your buffs are expiring, you're going to be giving him power, and you want to really make sure you don't flirt with that special 2 range, okay? And especially on the Alliance Quest map, that last Hood in Section 3, he has power gain. You're going to just, I mean, you might only have to go in there and hit him 3 times and stop, and then go back and bait the L1, all right? But if he do that, blah, 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 hex them, who cares? The real important part is this attack instantly triggers invisibility. And we said you don't want to be there. Okay, we've already covered that. Invisibility is bad. L1 is easy to bait and it's easy to evade. You just outrange it. There's not a lot of timing. You just got to get back far enough, and you're gonna be all right. Okay, so let's dive in here. Let's start fighting this guy. So this one I found. He's got a Legends title. He's ranked 15 in U.S. standing. So this is a legit summoner. Like I said, I believe he does have Mystic Dispersion on from what little I've tried around with this guy and fighting him. So let's dive into it. So I'm going to use cap. I mean, I know I got class disadvantage or class advantage here over Hood, but excuse me, Cap doesn't really have any, buffs to speak of, so he's not going to be at an unfair advantage. Like I didn't want to pick X23 and just bleed the crap out of him. So I want to make this fight last for you guys, so you can understand what it looks like if you don't have those things. I mean, if you got a bleed champ, yeah, take him against Hood. He's going to bleed, and while you're out there baiting and evading his L1, he's just going to be sitting there just tick, 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 damage coming off of him. But just to keep it easy for everybody and cover all scenarios, I'm just going to go with Cap. And my Cap is he's not awakened. He's only rank 3, level 30, so nothing special here, okay? Other than the class advantage. It's going to give us a little damage boost, but nothing crazy. So let's dive right in. I'm going to try to avoid stunning him just to help you guys with that. So you can see I'm just kind of evading his attacks there. There's that heavy, and I'm going to come in and hit him a few times. Now I've got him up to the 1 bar of power, so he kind of hangs back a lot. See, 1, 2, 3 swipes away, and I'm out of the range. Now he's there again. I'm just going to see. There I am. I'm kind of a distance from him. I'm not like right up in his face, and that's making him trigger that. Okay, so now I need to play with a power meter. There's his heavy. Okay, now he's getting a little close to that L2. I want to stop. There we go. There it is again. So something you want to really avoid here is... let me show you this. Okay, so when he goes and dashes back, right? And he's sitting there. There's that timer. Oh, I'm wailing on him. Oh, crap, he just turned invisible. Why? Well, it's because you're sitting there hitting into his block. Okay, you don't want to do that. If he's back and he's holding a steady block, you don't want to be hitting him, okay? Because you're just going to force him into that invisibility range. I think this is where a lot of people mess up. They don't understand, why is he going invisible, right? And that's probably why, if you really look at it. And so you want to really avoid that, because like I said, there's all that cooldown time. So there it is. I hit him. I realized his timer was up, so I said, all right, I'm backing out. So there I am. I'm quite a ways from him, and I just swipe back and outrange it. So what you'll see here is, as he brings his hands down, that's the time to start coming in. Okay, you want to be playing with this power meter. Alright, stop getting tagged here. What you want to do is play with that power meter, get him up to that. Okay, he does the lightning, and he starts to pull his hands down. That was just a little slow that time I did it, but that's also because I'm talking to you guys and not focusing. So let's see if we can get him to do it. So I'm at a mid-range. There we go. Here it is, and I'm going to go right in there. There's a little window where you can hit him before the lightning is done, where you kind of go through the lightning, but I really don't recommend it. There, you see that? That was like really pushing it to the edge, okay? I don't recommend doing that. It's safer to just wait until the lightning's done and he's starting to pull those hands down towards his waist again. And then hit him. And it's pretty consistent. Like you saw there, I did it over and over. But basically what I want to show you guys is, like, if this screen, okay, my webcam here, is the distance. If Hood is right here, if he's all the way over here on this side, right, where you're fighting him, you don't want to be right here in his face like you would be if you did, Dorky Dave's while you were sleeping method of baiting a special, where you parry stun them and you just stand there in front of them with your block down. That's going to be kind of your closest range possible, right? Or you just finish a combo and you're standing there with no block up. You're really, really close. That's close range, okay? He will trigger it there, but I find it's not very consistent. He's more likely to start doing a combo and hit you, or trigger his heavy attack. So you want to kind of get out of there, and I find like the kind of the walk the line thing works good that Dorky Dave talks about. You'll see what I mean if you watch his video. So basically just kind of let your character just kind of start back and just kind of walk in, and as they're walking in, you're just going to dash back, right? And just kind of let them walk in, dash back, walk in, dash back. But you're just kind of just sitting there in that mid-range, you know what I mean? You're just going to be kind of midway from him to kind of back here, and he'll trigger it like you saw in that fight. He does it consistently, and that's the trick, is you just keep dealing with that L1, you evade it, and you just go pummel him. And I tried as hard as they could here to not stun him, so that that's a, you know, so that, in case he's on a node where he's stun immune, you're not sitting here saying, oh well, Rulk, you didn't show me how to take care of that. So again, avoid the timer. You don't want that. There's the heavy. That's really going you're going to want to look for right there. That's how you're going to get his power meter up. Okay, so when he dashes back, you're not going to want to hit him there. Okay, so now I got him to the L1. Boom. There he is. He just goes. See? It's really not hard. You don't have to try super hard to get the hood to bait this, to do his L1. See? Mid-range, and there he is. If I'm in his face, he's going to try starting to hit me. See, I'm going to hit into his block a few times there because he didn't dash back. And what that did was that gave him enough power that it built up his power meter to the L1 again. And there he goes, and I can unleash a combo on him as well. So I got to get another hit in here on him. There you go, but I stopped before that timer. Okay, there's the L1. Now I'm going to hit him with a special. See what that's going to do is that's going to bring his power meter back up. Look at that. I wasn't anywhere near him. Ah, shoot. That's what you want to avoid right there. Don't get greedy and don't rush in too fast and get hit with that lightning. You don't want to get hit with that lightning because, see, look, after it expires, you get stunned. So once again here, I'm going to get stunned after the shock wears off. But I'm going to be smart. See, I avoided my stun that he had because that doesn't interrupt. The stun after the shock effect doesn't work if you're in mid special attack. So that's how I avoided that stun. Alright, let me focus up here a little bit. So I'm playing even with low health, and you can see it's not that crazy. As long as you focus and just keep your distance and take your shots when you can get them, that's it. Hood's not hard. So hopefully this helps all you guys. Hopefully you like the video. I'd like to do some more videos of this kind of format, talking about specific characters, breaking them down with their mechanics and how they work, and then talking about how the AI, you can get them to do what you want them to do and predict their movements. So hopefully you found it helpful. If you liked it, please go ahead and hit subscribe below, like it, share it. You can find me on Twitter at Rulk014. Yeah, and then like I said, subscribe below, hit the like. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate all you guys supporting the channel and helping me out here. So we'll catch you next time. This is Rulk signing off. We'll smash some more stuff. See ya.